What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight8610 and today I thought I would do a review over Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions. Of course this will be a non-spoiler review for people out there that may be worried. I just saw the movie today so I thought I would do a non-spoiler review and then probably either later tonight or tomorrow, depends how fast my internet is really, I will also do a spoiler review. That way we can discuss the movie and what happened too in that video. But anyway, for this one, again, no spoilers. I'm going to talk about everything that we know of, like from trailers and stuff. I'll mention some of that, but basically just going to be kind of a summary of the movie and whether you should see it or not is what I'm kind of going for on this. So hopefully this will be a good review. I'm not really used to doing review videos, so bear with me on this. But anyway, first off, I think this is one of the most important things a lot of people are excited about. We have our promo. You go to the movie, you get an Obelisk Tormentor promo. I don't know if this camera will focus in on it. There we go. It looks awesome. I gotta say, at first when we saw the picture of it that was going to be Gold Secret Rare, I think a lot of people were bummed out about it, and actually getting the card and seeing it, it looks amazing. I really am just happy that we're getting this card, but yeah, I like it. I actually really do like the Gold Secret Rare on it. Again, I would have rather Ultra Rare. I would have rather the Kaiba Corp rarity, I mean, if we're going there. But honestly, this isn't bad. To me, it looks awesome. Actually seeing the card in person, the picture, and even videos, I don't feel like do it justice. It looks a lot better than you think. So I'm happy that we got this, and I feel like too that if this movie does get released on DVD and Blu-ray, which I think it will, nothing's been announced yet, but I think it will, I kind of I'm going to guess that they're going to include that card with it. Again, none of that's been announced yet, but I feel like that would probably happen. So for people out there that maybe you couldn't go and see the movie because there wasn't a showing near you, don't worry, I'm sure there's going to be another way to get this card. But anyway, what did I think about this movie? It was awesome. I gotta say, I really enjoyed this movie. I didn't know if I would or not. I mean, because I was thinking, the English dub lately for Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, pretty much 5Ds on, really hasn't been that good, or that's been my personal opinion. I don't hate English dubs of anime. I mean, if they take it seriously, I love it. Like, I like watching Bleach in English dub almost more than Japanese dub. Of course, the original series English dub, I prefer that. Dragon Ball Z is always one I prefer in English dub. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, that's another one, and even like, you know, Death Note and other things too. So I'm not like a person that hates the dub. It's just that I feel like they don't put as much effort into Yu-Gi-Oh! As they should, you know, especially in the later years. The original series always had a lot of effort put into it. It seemed like they took it a lot more seriously, and this shows yet again with the movie, because the original cast, I believe they got all the same voice actors again, except for, I think Grandpa is a different voice actor. I'm not 100% sure if they changed him or not, but he sounded different to me, so I think he might be the only one that is a different voice actor. But other than that, it seemed like everyone else was back. It was amazing to hear those voices again, especially on the big screen. And just those characters again. You know, this is supposed to be years later. I think it's like 3 years later from when the original series ended. And with that, of course, this movie answers a lot of the questions that we didn't get answered through the original series. Because, obviously, original series, I don't feel like any of this spoiler talking about that, because it's ended like, what, 15 years ago, 10 years ago at least now? Something like that. We all know how it ended with, of course, Yugi and the Pharaoh, or Tim, whatever name you want to go with, dueling against each other, and then, of course, the whole place collapsing. Tim goes to the afterlife, and then, of course, Yugi doesn't have his Millennium Puzzle anymore, or all the Millennium items are actually, you know, in that tomb then. And pretty much the characters go their separate ways or whatever, go back to school, I guess, really, because I think, what are they, freshmen by the time of the original series? I think so. I think they're like freshmen in high school. So, you know, just kind of ends. Plain and simple, the way they did the original series. I always thought that was kind of lousy, because I like how in a lot of different anime series, how they kind of give you at least like one more episode that's like, you know, a couple of years later, this is what happened, or, you know, to kind of answer a few more things. But, you know, in just different series on that, I always thought that was kind of bad, how they just kind of went, boom, it's over now. Which I guess leaves you opportunities, though, for things like this movie. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. This movie really does help out a lot with those questions. You still get to see Kaiba and just how his attitude in this movie. We all know how he is on that. It's just, I gotta say, he was one of the best characters in this movie by far. I mean, he was so awesome. The stuff he does in this movie, so cool. The stuff he says, I mean, it's just, it was hilarious. There's certain things that he just says that are funny, you know, and I'm not gonna spoil any of that, like I said in this video, but it's just, I was laughing at a few of those moments, because it was just, you know, he's so epic in the movie. You know, they all are. Yugi, of course, is too, but just Kaiba, the way he carries himself in the movie, you know, it is Kaiba. You know, he is back, and just the stuff he says here and there, that sarcastic remark stuff he'll say in the duel, it's awesome. And just the whole thing, his quest in this movie is just really cool. It shows that Kaiba's grown up a lot in this series. And it's kind of the same way with a lot of different characters. Yugi, of course, pretty much acting the same, because he's always, you know, kind of the most grown up acting of the group anyway. And then, of course, you're starting to see how they're all thinking about their future because they are graduating and everything in this movie because they are seniors in high school. And so it was cool to see what they were all going to do and kind of talking about that and worrying about that kind of stuff, as we all have when we have gotten older, of course, especially the ones that watch the original series. I mean, we're all probably in our 20s, at least 18 or so that watch the original series, right? I mean, it's probably around that age group. So for us that watch that and then are seeing that now, it's really cool to see our favorite characters going through it. And man, talk about the ones that definitely didn't change was Joey. I mean, he is a star in this movie too. I mean, seriously, Joey and Kaiba are easily some of my favorite characters in this whole series, and this movie just really used their personalities and everything. And it was cool how they actually added some story to Bakura. And again, I'm not going to spoil that, I'm just saying that they add some more to him. And just the Millennium Items in general. Like, they actually talk about more of what happened to them and kind of some stuff that we didn't see, you know, and just kind of stuff we guessed on. So it was cool to actually get some backstory on certain things, figured out what happened to certain characters that just weren't mentioned anymore, and just everything about that. Even this new villain, you know, just about how, you know, just the stuff he went through. But yeah, the new dueling that they have through the VR technology and stuff too in this movie just looked awesome. So even Kaiba, he wasn't like even using his cards, of course. We saw it like in trailer stuff, but it was like a AR experience. I guess not really VR, but alternate reality sort of thing. And he's, of course, has his new Duelist and everything, and it was really cool. So basically what I'm saying is this movie does what Battle of Gods, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods did for Dragon Ball. It's that same attitude, or even what Digimon Tri is doing for Digimon. It's bringing back the original characters, giving you more story for these original characters, and they put a lot of effort into it. So I gotta say, it was awesome. I do recommend seeing this movie. If you, of course, grew up watching the original series, you're gonna love it. Doesn't matter your age or anything, I think you'll really enjoy it. And I think just anyone that likes Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, or even a kid that doesn't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Will enjoy this movie. They did a lot of things right on it. They, like I said, adapted it really well, and they didn't seem like it was lazy, you know, and how they brought it over for us in English. Like, even the card text in the movie was in English. So it was really cool to see that, and just, you could tell the voice actors had fun in this movie. It's just plain and simple. So yeah, tell me what you guys thought about this movie. Of course, without spoilers in this video. We'll have a spoiler video later on, and then we'll discuss that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's a no-brainer. You guys see this movie. I think, in my personal opinion, I think it's the best one. The original Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, to me, was a little bit everywhere. It's always fun, though, to see the original characters, though, on the big screen. So, I mean, I still love that movie. I still love watching that even today. But this one made more sense, and even more than Bonds Beyond Time, because it was kind of the same thing where it was a little bit everywhere, you know. And this also was a longer movie than both those, or it seemed that way to me. I don't know how long the other two movies were. I think they were a little bit over an hour, and this one, I think, was about 2 hours that we were in the theaters watching that. So it did seem like it was a longer movie, but there were also multiple duels. So it wasn't like, I think the other two movies had basically one duel each of them. Maybe, I guess, two in the first movie, because Kaiba vs. Pegasus, and then, of course, Kaiba and Yugi. And you can kind of count the Nubis duel in with the Kaiba and Yugi one. And then also, I think Bonds Beyond Time only had one duel because, you know, the three of them teaming up. So this one actually had a lot of duels in it, and it was awesome. It felt like almost another season to the original series. So again, I recommend it to any Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan out there. You're definitely going to enjoy it, and especially you guys out there that are nostalgic for the original series. This is made for you guys. I mean, it is awesome. I really loved it. And my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie. I'll just say it plain and simple. It's one of my favorite anime movies, actually. I've seen in quite a while. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that like button. It helps out a ton. As well as leave a comment again, tell me what you guys think about the movie. And subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! News videos, reviews like this, openings, and other Yu-Gi-Oh! related content. And I will catch you guys later. See ya.